I used to burn it down, but they ain't appreciate the fire now. I'm back to make them bow at the feet of their Messiah. Through these speakers, how I'm preaching to the choir after all these sacrifices.
Yo, welcome to the podcast for champions with your host Brian Poole, Roger Thomas. Roger, tell the people what's up.
What's up, man? Greatest pay-per-view of all time last weekend. Hey, man, ain't nothing to it but to do it. Let's roll.
Man, when you talking about one of the best pay-per-views of all time, you can't say of all time, Roger. Even though it was
I can't say of all time.
Nah, man, you can't say it. And here's why. Because AEW, and I've told you this since I first saw the very first pay-per-view, Double or Nothing, back in 2019. Since then, they have not put out a trash pay-per-view. Now, I used to stream the shit illegally. But because I want to hold on to all this greatness, because we have not yet seen a bad pay-per-view, I have purchased almost every pay-per-view. All last year and starting this year. From this point on, I'm purchasing every pay-per-view. If I could go back and purchase all the other ones, I would, but I ain't.
What a great card, man. It was a great card. All the performances did good.
All the way to the pre-show. This, to me, honestly, man, this was AEW's WrestleMania.
Yep.
They built a revolution. The pay-per-view is called a revolution.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they are stamping right now. They are the future. They are the current Attitude Era, Monday Night War, WCW, ECW, all together. All the Impact in its prime, Ring of Honor in its prime. I think Ring of Honor might have dropped a little bit, but just all those good wrestling promos all into one.
All into one.
Excellent show. Excellent damn show. But let's go ahead and get started with the pre-show, and we'll work our way up to the main event. So in the pre-show, we had Miss Layla Hirsch versus Chris Statlander. I didn't get to see that match just in time. I missed it. I watched the pay-per-view at work, so I missed that match of the pre-show. But it was a good start out. Wish Statlander would have won, but this girl badass too. So kudos to her.
They had to keep her as a heel, so they had to make it that way. They'll see each other again. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Did they shake hands or anything? Because I know on the Dynamite they were going to, but I think she beat her ass and then she stormed off.
I didn't shake hands.
Okay. All right. So then we got Taz's son Hook versus OT Marshall. Quick 5-minute match. Send Hook, ladies and gentlemen. Send Hook. Very fast paced, very going. I like how QT Marshall, even though a lot of people criticize his wrestling skills. I think he's excellent. He's a great heel. He's a great wrestler. And to me, all he does is put over the young talent.
Yeah, he does. He do a great job of it too.
Most definitely. That's why I got a lot of love for QT, and even with Hook, Hook's building his way up. I don't know if he's gonna have my girl Cargill's record, or eventually, he's gonna fall. I'm hoping he's gonna get into MJF. I'm hoping they bump into each other in the hallway or something. Hook don't speak on nothing. He just walked by, and I'm thinking he might bump into MJF, because MJF might be like, I lost, and then I lost Warlow. I'll go and give y'all a hint on that one. Lost Warlow, it just,
that's gonna be the next feud, him and Warlow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Maybe for the TNT Championship. I don't know if they'll put the AEW strap on MJF just yet, but it's just depending on his future. MJF's future with the AEW though, and going to WWE. The last match on the pre-show, we had the House of Black with new acquire talent Buddy Matthews. Y'all might know him in WWE as Buddy Murphy. The Prophet Murphy. Facing and it was Malachi Black and Brody King. And they faced Pat, Penta Oscuro, and Eric Redbeard, who was also known in WWE as Eric Rowan. This was a great match to end the pre-show.
It was.
And just seeing the House of Black as a stable just means everything to me. It really does. Like,
yeah.
I was hoping, now if it was Bray Wyatt, that would have made it even better. Bray Wyatt, Malachi Black, and then Brody King, that would have been sick. But I love the entrance for all three. I feel like the House of Black is going to get even bigger. Maybe we may get Penta to join or Pac. I could see one of them also joining and create like a 4 or 5 man stable. But overall, I loved it.
Yeah, I loved it too. Great match. They all work together well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But Ag Redbeard with them two just didn't fit. I'd rather have Penta's tag team partner in with that blade. He's hurt.
Ray Phoenix. Yeah, he's gonna be out for a while. Prayers to your speedy recovery, brother. We miss you out there. But if it was all three of them against those three, that'd have been good, sick, fast pace.
Yeah.
Get going. All right, so with that ending on the pre-show, we'll go ahead into the first match of the card with my man Eddie Kingston representing New York versus Chris Jericho. Man, I didn't think that match was going to start out as the first match of the night, but I love that match. The right person won. Eddie Kingston, I know he don't really care about wins and he don't really care about losses, but this is big. Him getting a win over Chris Jericho, and not just any win. He submitted Chris Jericho.
I'm impressed with Eddie Kingston. I wasn't really a fan of Eddie Kingston, but
dude, he's over. He is over. When I mean over, man, the crowd love him. Eddie. Even when he a bad guy, they feel Eddie. Like you can't hate on that, man. Just the love that he gets. The I just wish he could build like a long feud. That's what I want. Like, he had a feud with John Moxley. It wasn't that long. He had a feud with CM Punk, which could have been real good, but it was long, short, and that was it. You know, and Kingston, the type of person, he kind of remind me of LeBron James. Like, when you win, you want to shake hands, kudos, stuff like that. But when you lose, like, fuck out my face. He did that to CM Punk. CM Punk put his hand out. He walked out. Okay, he beats Chris Jericho, but he wants Jericho to shake hands. Jericho like, nah. So it's like, you're not gonna get that. And I want to say the same thing happened with Dean Ambrose also. Well, excuse me, John Moxley. I want to say the same thing happened also in their match. But I just put him as LeBron James to me. Yeah,
he got my respect.
Yeah, I still like him. I love him in the ring and stuff. Like I said, the crowds, he gets over on the crowd. It was just exciting to see him win pay-per-view match with that caliber. Kudos to Jericho, not letting, talent, not beating talent, like kind of like bury them, like Triple H is known for doing throughout his whole career. Instead of putting people over, you just, you lose or win, whatever. So then we had the tag team match. We had Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus. Whatever happened to that other little kid?
Who's it? Marco Starks.
Marco Stark. Yeah, Marco Stunt.
I don't know. Marco Stunt. Yeah,
I ain't seen him in a while. Cause he's so short, man. We be running around the ring, just causing chaos. He's just funny. I just ain't seen him. Maybe he trained to be a wrestler. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like they got rid of him just like that. I mean,
well, see, here's the thing with AEW: if they let go of somebody or they don't blast it. I think it was only one wrestler they blasted on, and he started out like when the company first started, and then I think he got in something with a domestic or something, and they just dropped him. He ain't been back since. But I mean, even with Brian Cage, we ain't seen him.
Yeah,
he's been wrestling overseas. No, I think NWA or wrestling or something like that. I've seen him the other night. I think it's NWA. He's wrestling over there, but he's not wrestling AEW. So I guess AEW like, hey, we'll put you in something when we find something for you.
Right.
Anyways, so we had Jurassic Express. They faced the Red Dragon. aka known in WWE, was the Undisputed Era with Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly versus the Young Bucks.
I
Love
hate
the
the
match.
Red Dragon. Hate it. I don't like it. I don't like. I mean, I like the team, but I don't like the name.
You think it should be called another name?
Yeah, I think it should be
I
something.
got you. The Undisputed Dragons. Boom! Pay me AEW. I can see that. I can see that. It was a great, fast-paced match. AEW,
Yeah.
one thing they are great on is tag teams. They know how to
they are.
get great tag teams and put on great tag team matches. WWE fires all their tag teams, but then they create their own, like,
A dry ass tag team division.
yeah, dry as hell. Like you got a great talent in the Street Profits, but you're not putting them in any type of matches or whatever. Like, it's going on. What we got? What, Roger? A month to WrestleMania. Yeah. Stupendous WrestleMania of all time, and we ain't got the Street Profits. I'm like, Vince, if you ain't gonna put them in a match, at least have Montez Ford run the show as the guest, the special guest. Right. That will be dope. Cause it's like, all right, we at least get some excitement from Montez Ford. You know, if you're not putting them in a match, put them as the host of WrestleMania. Yeah. The Street Profits. Yeah. They up and they want the smoke.
They gave it to the New Day, so might as well give it to them.
Gave it to the New Day, and they was hyped on it. That was the same night, you know, we had the return of the Hardy Boys. And then before that, you had The Rock do it, and he screwed John Cena, and The Miz won his first WWE Championship.
Yep.
So, just do it. Just do it. But yeah, it was a great match. All three of these tag teams, I honestly didn't know who won. So even if we would have done a prediction video, Rod, I didn't know who I was going to choose. I was like, well, I can see Jurassic Express. I'm like, nah, they got to hold the belts for a while because they started out in AEW fresh. You know, because I noticed something about AEW. Like, if you've been there from the start, you are now champion. You're going to be champion for a while. They're not putting on these new people as champions just yet. They're putting out the ground up. They work their way up.
Yeah.
That's another thing I like about them. So maybe the next match we'll see Red Dragon as tag team.
They keep you guessing because the match could have went either way.
Yeah.
I was rooting for the Young Bucks, but
before I get to the next match, what got me was I can't remember if it was in the pre-show. I think it was. Kenny Omega's music played and the crowd just loses it, but it ain't Kenny Omega. It's his damn manager, Don Callis. What was that all about? Was he just teasing everybody, letting them know that he's coming back soon?
I thought he was gonna show up at the end of the pay-per-view. But
I did too. I was like, yo, Adam Cole might win this belt, and then Kenny Omega was like, oh, thank you for keeping it warm for me. And then they start off a feud or whatever, because you know we kept seeing little conflicts between Red Dragon and the Young Bucks. So that's what I was expecting.
I'm thinking Dynamite. He might be there Dynamite. I'm hoping.
Because I know the reason why he lost the belt because he had like a bunch of injuries that was piling up. Yeah. And I think something about his mental break also. So they just, took him off TV, and then he said something on Dynamite when he was sad about losing the belt. Adam Cole said, "Oh, don't worry. I got it from here, man. You go ahead and do your thing. I got it from here." And like, oh, okay. Like that. So I'm just like, all right. Maybe they're gonna start a feud, because they kind of teased it when Cole won the belt, and when Omega retained his belt, and Cole came out there at All Out. So we think like, oh, we're gonna see this. Nah, they all together. The clique is back together. So they're like, okay, there we go. Months pass. Cole has a championship match. He wins the belt. He's celebrating down Cole, baby. His wife, girlfriend comes down. Brittany Baker, DMD, and we get Kenny Omega's music play. Kenny Omega comes out. The cleaner's ready to come collect. Yep. That was my vision about everything going on.
Yeah. But I mean, it'll be double or nothing. Anything.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think Adam Cole will win the belt double or nothing, and Kenny Omega will return. Then I mean that's a stretch.
I think they're done. Because AEW don't keep any championship matches like going like that. Plus, Page shook his hand in the ring. I think CM Punk might be next up.
Maybe, yeah, I can see that.
I think him and the MJF feud is done. So move CM Punk now into that picture. Because I think Bryan Danielson and Moxley, they're gonna create some type of tag team or stable. Hopefully, if AEW does it right, they put. I think that was the next match. No, that was the next match. We jumping ahead, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'll say that thought. Next match was the ladder match. The face of the Revolution. The winner of this match gets a future AEW TNT Championship.
Too many big men in there.
It was 3 big men and 3 little guys.
Nah, it's too many big men, man.
You
I
had
Keith
Wardlow, you had Keith Lee, you had Powerhouse Hobbs, and then the small guys, you had Ricky Starks, you had a veteran in there, Christian Cage, and then you had my boy Orange Cassidy.
3 of them didn't fit. Orange Cassidy didn't fit in there.
Do you know how many spots that man had in the match with those big guys? That man pulled his own self up and was up there with the damn Sonic ring. That's what I kept calling. I said, that's a damn Sonic ring. They teasing the Sonic movie coming out next month. That's all that is. They could have put anything else up there, but they put a gold ring up there. They could have put an R for Revolution. But no, you put the gold ring up. That's okay. They fighting for the Sonic ring. Orange Cassidy had so many spots in that match. Hell, when he came out of the damn match, he rolled in the ring and rolled all the way out to the outside of the ring. Everybody just sit there and looked at it. I thought that was funny. He had another spot in there where he was holding on to the ladder and came all the way up, pulled himself all the way up right there at the thing. He was up there about at least 5 or 6 times. He crawled on the back of Powerhouse Hobbs. But yeah, it was Powerhouse Hobbs, I think he crawled on.
Yeah.
He had so many spots in that match.
It was a great match, but still, I mean, he just didn't fit. Ricky Starks didn't fit.
Yes,
he didn't fit in there.
I felt bad for his neck though, because he had that neck injury where Cody Rhodes broke his neck, and then when he took that ladder, I think the ladder was supposed to break, but because Ricky Starks was so small, he folded and like his neck caught. I said, "Oh."
He didn't powerbomb him in the right spot. Normally he break, but he didn't. He didn't powerbomb him right there.
I think when he's supposed to powerbomb him, he's supposed to bounce off the ladder. Because remember, when we talked about last episode, Dan Hazen, that guy, he cursed a spell on, and then he pointed at the ladder, and then he got out the ring. So we already knew, okay, Stark's going through that ladder. I just want to know who's the one that's going to put him through it. I didn't know if the ladder was supposed to break or he was supposed to hit on the ladder and bounce off and hit onto the mat. But instead, it was like his neck just went right through the damn thing. He just like, oh God. Oh.
He sold it good though.
Yeah, he did. He stayed like that for a while. Even when the match was over and they was celebrating, I'm thinking, all right, he can roll. He just still laid. I'm like, bro, he hurt. Cuz hurt. But it ain't as bad as the other fall that I'm about to talk about later on in this episode. But the right person won. Like I said, Wardlow started when the AEW was at the bottom up. So the right person won. I didn't want them giving it to Keith Lee too early. Cassidy would have been a good one too. But I can see Wardlow taking it, and either he wins the belt and MJF challenges him, or MJF screws him. And
that's what's gonna happen.
And Sammy Guevara, but he don't care for Sammy Guevara like that. So I don't know. And MJF got a chance to win the belt. He had the pinnacle to jump Wardlow, and he becomes champ. Or he might say, "Hey, Wardlow, I pay you. Give me my belt." You know, something like that.
Yeah.
So, right person won. Next match on the card. My girl, Jade Cargill, who comes out as Jade from Mortal Kombat. I lost it. And she took on pretty old Tay Conti. Quick match, great match. Both of them had great spots in it. Even when Anna Jay came down there and got involved. But ain't nothing like Jade Cargill though. She delivered. She is now 29-0.
I'm interested who will take that belt from her now. It has to be.
Who do you think that'll take the belt from?
Eventually, she gonna have to go out to Britt Baker. So.
Nah, because then they'll do that damn dumb WWE thing, putting the belts together.
No. Hear me out. I said she's gonna lose the TBS belt to. It's got to be somebody gonna come in and get it, take it from somebody we're not expecting, a new signing or something like that.
No.
It's got to be. It's gonna have to be.
The
It's gonna have to
only
be a
way
WWE
someone
superstar.
beats her is if her manager, Mark Sterling, screws her somehow. That's the only way I see her losing the belt. The only way. It got to be dirty like that. It can't be clean, because then it's like, wait a minute. Who beat her? Anna Jay? You know, something like that. Like, nah.
Yeah.
Or it could be, what's the other girl name? When they say I break bitches. The one that had the sex change. Damn it.
Nyla Rose.
Nyla Rose. I could see her taking it. I could see maybe Mercedes. I could see her taking it from Jade Cargill. Them the only two. Anybody else? Or Britt Baker could, but I don't see her going in her lane just yet. I think both of them gonna stay at that separately because they're both playing heels. I don't see.
That's true. That's true.
I don't see them going that way. Plus,
somebody have to be a face.
Somebody just got a brand new belt, so I don't see her losing that belt no time soon. Cause when she came out with that belt, I was like, now that is a women's championship. Cause that little thing she had at first, man, looked like they just took five nickels and rubbed them together and put it on the belt and said, hey, that's your title. I'm like, man, she deserves so much better. She come out with that belt, man, the crowd lost. I'm like, is this the new AEW Women's Championship? And then Tony Schiavone and Jim Ross confirmed it. I said, damn, that belt's sick. I like that.
Yeah, it's a nice belt. It's a real nice belt.
Like that. Cargill won. I was happy for her. Came out with the Jade. Her and Tay Conti both had a moment where they both kissed each other in the ring. Sexy moment.
Surprising.
Yeah. The right person won. 29-0. AEW TBS champ. Next match on the card, CM Punk, MJF, dog collar match. Bruh, bloody match. I called it was going to be bloody. The right person won. If MJF would have won, that would have took him to a whole nother and put even more heel heat on him. But I didn't think that was going to happen because this man was, he said he was Piper in Portland. So I said, okay. And he said he's now going to be MJF in Chicago because he beat CM Punk. So I did not see CM Punk beating him. I mean, I didn't see MJF beating CM Punk again. I said they're going to go 1-1, and that's going to be it.
Yep.
Now, if they do go another one, I don't know what the hell they're going to talk about because they both done cut so many deadly promos. I don't see nowhere else it can go. I can
see it going one more time, though. I can see one more time.
Maybe. But I mean, all we're gonna hear is them name dropping on WWE. That's it.
They got a right to.
Neither one of them have held championships in AEW, so you can't throw that out there. Only thing MJF got is the diamond ring. That's it, and he's won it three times. So, but it was a great match, though. I loved it. That's probably one of my second favorite matches on the card. And MJF, CM Punk. MJF fooled all of us because he loves doing that. He did it to Jericho at All Out, and then he turned around and did it again at Revolution, where he came out of CM Punk's music and he cut out. It was like, look in my eye. I said, oh, yeah, he could just come out there, everybody, boo. I was like, I love that. So then we think like, all right, CM Punk will come out with the music. No, CM Punk comes out with his Ring of Honor gear and his Ring of Honor music, and it's like, damn.
I was like, what is this? This dark version of CM Punk?
Right, I didn't know. So I asked my homeboy, because me and him was watching it at work, and he was like, oh, I know that song. It's like a fire inside or something. And I was like, oh, he said that on Rampage. He said, you just built something inside of me that's been locked up for a long time, and it was just awesome. Like, I like that. I actually liked the song. I had to listen to it, like, off. And I was like, oh, this song is kind of hot. I just tell you, like, when you got a lot going on, you just burning up with it. Loved it. So the next match on the card was Britt Baker, DMD, the champ, facing Thunder Rosa. This match was kind of slow. It was.
Yeah.
To me, it got me a chance to go to the restroom because we just had a CM Punk match. So I was getting ready for John Moxley and them. So I was like, but she did come out with her new belt. Thunder Rosa, I thought had it about 2 or 3 times. I knew for sure. I think if Britt Baker do lose the belt, I think Thunder Rosa will be the one to be next champ.
She had the belt one time.
Not Rosa.
You sure? Mm-hmm. It was somebody had the belt before.
What's her name? What's her name? That Asian girl had it. That's what you Kiru.
Yeah.
Thunder Rosa hasn't had that championship yet.
They need to push Sabrina Deeb. I like to see her and
hers is coming. Her time is coming. Yep. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out because she's a heel too, and I'm like, is she gonna walk in on Jade Cargill or is she gonna walk in on Britt Baker? Because she a heel.
Right.
That's the only thing that's getting like, damn, she a heel. But I mean, I know hers is coming too. She been with AEW since the start too. So
right.
I just don't know which one will take that championship. But great match. I love Britt Baker's new belt. Hope she'll be able to hold on to it and give her some more wins.
Yep, exactly right.
Next match on the card, we got Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. Good 21-minute match. Great match. I don't think we really seen them fight in WWE like that. But Bryan Danielson said the reason why he left WWE was because he wanted to be able to bleed. He wants to be able to bleed. And Vince McMahon said, well, I can't do that. We can't do that no more. So he went to AEW, had a bloody match with Jon Moxley. Great match. Had a great twist to it. After the match was over, Jon Moxley won by pinfall. Everybody didn't know the match was over. They was kind of like, oh, the match still going on? No, the match is over. But they still continue fighting. William Regal comes out of all people. The crowd loses their shit. And he smacks the shit out of Jon Moxley. He smacks the shit out of Bryan Danielson and tells them to shake hands in the middle of the ring. The only way I see this working is either William Regal is the general manager of AEW or he is the manager of Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson.
I think the manager.
Either way, that's gonna be sick. Either way, because I can hear him say War Games, even though it ain't gonna be War Games because it's WWE. But just
on the trade
like will just be, oh man, it'd be sick. But whatever they plan on doing with this William Regal, I like it, and I hope it's good. William Regal ain't even gotta say nothing. Just him showing his face just puts a stamp on everything. All his hard work he put in NXT, all his hard work he put in WWE and WWF early days, and now in AEW. Loved it. We had a 6-man tornado tag team match. I did not expect this match to be good, but it was awesome. Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, TNT champ, and Sting versus Andre El Idol, Matt Hardy, and Isaiah Cassidy. Prayers go for Isaiah Cassidy, bruh. Because that flip he did with Guevara, that man, he went through a table, but his head seen otherwise. It was a very, very nasty fall, and bruh didn't move for a while. But if he is okay, or if it was just his character, I'm praying for you, brother. Hope we wish you a speedy recovery, because that was a hard lick. Sting, out of all people, want to show that he could get dirty, down and dirty as well. Sting jumps from the balcony onto 4 tables. One of them, his head just went straight through. And I said, damn, man, Sting, you're like 60, 70 years old, man. You can't be taking these type of falls, man.
He take them bumps, though. He take them bumps.
Yeah, he do. Yeah, he do, man. I love it. I do love it. I'm not gonna lie. Me being a Sting fan, I loved it. My brother-in-law, he a Sting fan. He already told me to talk about Sting on the podcast. I said, I got you, man. But I gotta wait till the pay-per-view when he fighting. But great match. The right team won. I was really hoping Jeff Hardy was gonna show up. When I started seeing all those tables lining up, I said Jeff Hardy gonna show up out the crowd. He gonna hit a swanton bomb on Darby Allin or Guevara or Sting, and Matt Hardy and they're gonna pick up the win. That's what I was expecting. Jeff Hardy to show up or Brother Nero, but we didn't see neither one. Apparently he's signed with AEW. We're just waiting to see how he's gonna respond. I know during our podcast we were going on our little.
Oh, he did sign.
I believe so. He's more than likely going to AEW. Cesaro asked for his release from WWE. He's thinking about joining. I think he should personally join Impact, but still have that door open for AEW. But I think he's going to fully go to AEW. Either way, great move, but I prefer him in Impact.
Nobody watches Impact, though.
What's that?
Nobody watches Impact.
I'll watch it. If they got a good card, I'll watch it. It ain't on regular card. TV. It's not on regular TV, so it's kind of hard to catch anything. I think Mickie James lost her championship to Kiera Hogan. Kiera Steele. I can't remember her name.
But she was in AEW, wasn't she?
She wrestled Cargill. She wrestled Cargill, but no, she wasn't in like. Oh, maybe Tasha Steele. It's Kiera Hogan and Tasha. I think Tasha Steele is her name. She beat Mickie James for the belt, so she's now the Knockout Women's Champion.
I'm surprised they ain't signed Erica Moon.
Nah, I can see her going to Impact. I don't think she'll go to AEW. Yeah, AEW women division building kind of strong. It's like if you down to get dirty and bleed and stuff like that, we'll sign you. They pick and choose when it comes to their women. They don't just pick up. Only WWE woman I was surprised they actually picked up was Ruby Soho. But I think she could get down and dirty too. Everybody else is kind of like, oh no, they get violent. But the main event before we disconnect, Hangman Adam Page versus Adam Cole, baby, for the AEW World Championship. Great match. I didn't know which way this match was going to go. He hit that man with 2 Panama Sunrises, and he still kicked out. And then you had, the World Dark Order and Red Dragon interfere. Hangman pushes the Dark Order member into Red Dragon. They all get to fight, and I'm thinking like, was that supposed to happen? Because he pushed them hard. It wasn't like, he pushed them hard into them, and they just all started fighting. I was like, well, I guess that was a spot that he missed because they were supposed to fight. I don't know. It was just a random spot, weird spot. And, he got in the ring. He hit Adam Cole with his own move, the knee thing to the back of the head. And then he also hit him with the clothesline. Adam Cole sold every one of those clotheslines, except for that last one. I think that last one, he had the energy. But that was a great match. I love the respect that he had for Cole, even shook Cole's hand. Every time an AEW pay-per-view goes off, we're hoping to see a surprise because that's what we always seen. That's what I always seen. Every other pay-per-view I've seen, someone debut. So I was thinking, all right, maybe Cesaro will show up. Hey, I'm AEW. But he didn't. We did get one surprise. We got William Regal, All Elite. We got Isaiah. Isaiah Swerve Scott. He was in WWE. I think in AEW he's now Isaiah.
It's still Swerve, but he got a different.
Shane Strickland.
Shane Strickland.
Yeah, so he's part of All Elite. So I'm happy to see him, get in there, and hopefully he put on something good. Hopefully become TNT champ. He has great promos. He has a history with Aleister Black, so who knows? He might be the next person in the House of Black. We'll just wait and see.
No.
Hey, they worked together before.
He needs his own stable.
Hey, put a black man in the House of Black. The house always wins. Oh, man. But overall, man, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, man. Next pay-per-view is going to be in May. I think it's going to be I think around Memorial Day weekend, somewhere around in there. We got AEW Double or Nothing. We got the very first Owen Hart tournament for the men and women to give, their
much respect. Much respect for that.
Much respect to Owen Hart and his family, what they contribute to the whole wrestling community and the wrestling family. Even the one that was in, that loved the Hart Dungeon family that grew up watching them. Brett, British Bulldog, Jim Neidhart, like all of them, man. Like, this is big.
The whole Hart family.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to ordering that pay-per-view. On the WWE side of things, WWE still looks trash at this moment, but we got Stone Cold showing up. And before we end this podcast, do you think Stone Cold will have a match, or do you think he's gonna have a promo session / KO show at Mania?
I think it'll be a match for like 30 minutes. It'll be a squash match, basically.
Stone Cold hasn't wrestled in 19 years, ladies and gentlemen. The last match he had in WWE was WrestleMania 19 against The Rock. Their third trilogy finale match between those two. Stone Cold took 3 rock bottoms. The third one was it. I heard something break on that mat. I don't know if it was the mat or Stone Cold. Stone Cold hasn't wrestled since. Stone Cold always teased about getting back in the ring, but he just wasn't sure if he could take the bump or not. We about to find out, ladies and gentlemen, because Kevin Owens is a dirty wrestler. Now, I'm not saying dirty as he'll get you hurt. I'm saying he's a dirty wrestler to give. He's a real wrestler. Like he gets down and dirty.
If he can take one of those pop-up power bombs, I'll be impressed.
I'm talking about the power bomb, the stunner, and he does a lot of moves with his neck. Stone Cold got a bad neck also. So if Stone Cold can get up from those like it ain't nothing, I'm all for it. I mean, is either he gonna turn out like let's see, Edge. Edge ain't wrestling a while. Edge still looks good. Just takes him a while to get a rhythm. Or he's gonna be like Shawn Michaels.
Yep.
We're just gonna have to see at the most stupendous WrestleMania of all time. Because this WrestleMania just doesn't make any sense. We got Roman Reigns and we got Lesnar for both belts, winner take all.
Are they gonna create a new belt?
I don't know.
I'm hoping it's a new belt. It's got to be a new belt.
They're gonna have to. They don't have a big roster, so they have to. They got to.
It's going.
And Roman defends on both shows.
Nah. I think Brock gonna win it.
If he do, it's like, okay, what's next? Now if it's good, now I see Roman winning it, and then Roman loses the Universal Championship at, I think the next pay-per-view is Money in the Bank. No, WrestleMania Backlash. He loses the belt to somebody else, and then the belt split.
Bro, I gotta say this.
All right, say this.
Hall of Fame
go ahead in this show. What's up?
The Hall of Fame ceremony gonna be more hyper than the event is. Shout out, congrats to the Undertaker too. You deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
And Vader.
Yeah.
Vader. But we weren't gonna cover much on WrestleMania because it's the most stupendous, and we're still getting matches called in the air. Some weird people. Johnny Knoxville got a match. Logan Paul has a match. I'm not too pissed about Pat McAfee, but because he said on his live radio show that he hasn't been wrestling since then, he's like, "Oh, boss, I got to get in the gym. I got like a month." I'm like, "Wait, so you ain't been training since? You still like you in good shape, man? Ginga better take them bumps and because I mean him and Cole put on a good match, but
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I don't know about this one, but it's the most stupendous WrestleMania.
Double or Nothing gonna be a huge card too.
2 nights it better be, because right now we just looking lost. We got a month to prepare for it. So WrestleMania is gonna be April 9th and April 10th. Saturday and Sunday, 2-night event. Y'all make sure y'all check it out, man. Premium live event. Everybody has Peacock. If you ain't got Peacock, get it from your mama, get it from your daddy, cousin, aunt, grandma, grandpa, uncle, aunt, cousin, friend, co-worker, supervisor. Yep. Somebody got Peacock. You don't want to miss this. You know we get WWE reviews and AEW reviews. We just keeping it real, y'all. This is gonna be a pay-per-view you don't want to miss. Hopefully it's good. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Roger, you got anything else we need to cover?
I was like, Double or Nothing gonna be a huge card because in T-Mobile Arena, and if they can sell out T-Mobile Arena, AEW on their way, big time.
AEW's already on their way. AEW was on their way a long time ago, man. They always had Double or Nothing in Vegas, and it always sells out. So, if we don't see Jeff Hardy or Cesaro or Bray Wyatt or any other released WWE talent, we will be seeing them very soon. Because Double or Nothing, they always bring back somebody or debut somebody.
All the Bray Wyatt fans, the reason you ain't seeing him because he's shooting a movie right now, but I expect to see him very soon somewhere.
But it's Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Remember that.
Yep.
I'm going to leave it at that. Y'all know what to do. I ain't got to remind y'all. Link is in the profile. Follow us on IG. Yeah. Our IG names are in the video. But I'm going to say it anyways. Living Legend _BJP, that's me. Roger T Productions, that's Roger on IG. It's been real.
Follow us.
Follow us, like and subscribe on YouTube. Coming back soon on other streaming platforms. It's been real. Deuce.
Peace.
My idol was nothing to make your buddy a disciple, and I always had